back to another video on the Truck Tent Tacoma channel. As you can see, I've added some upgrades. That's what this video is about. We got a bed rack and a rooftop tent. I got both of these products from extremeterrain.com. There's no sponsorship. That's just where I got it from, and I did want to give them a shout out because of their customer service and how well they treated me, make sure I got everything I needed in a good amount of time. But anyways, I will leave a link to that website below. I got the Rough Country rooftop tent, RedRock bed rack, and this video is going to be me installing those on the truck. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. We have got some deliveries on a Friday, and we are going to try to get them put on the old Truck Tent Tacoma. So this is the bed rack that came. It's obviously in a bunch of different parts, so we're gonna have to get that assembled. I'm not gonna video the whole process of assembling that. I'll get back to you with the bed rack once we have that assembled. And that box is obviously the Rough Country rooftop tent. We'll get to that in a minute as well. Okay, so for the most part, we've got the bed rack put together. I've got to tighten up everything, make sure it's secure, and then we will move to the truck and get it put on the truck bed. So now that we've got the bed rack up over here, we've got to start getting everything ready to put it into the back of the truck. We've got these little pieces that are going to slide into the rails on the side of the bed here. I've got 6 of them. You got to put 3 on each side. Once we get those on, we'll be able to lift the bed rack up, get it on there, and start getting it in place so we can secure it down to the truck. The brackets put into the bed rails. I'm gonna get my wife and we're gonna try to lift this up. Hopefully she can do it. And then we're gonna get it put in, and then we have to line it up. Well, really we'll line the brackets up with these little pieces here. I don't know if you can see them, but you'll see them in just a minute. And then we'll secure it. Ah! Easy. Easy. All right, your presence is no longer needed. Thank you. Now that it's up on the truck, you can tell that my bracket placement was pretty bad. So I'm gonna have to slide those into place, and then we will get the hardware to secure that down. Okay, so I pulled this side on over, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this side so it's flush, and then I'll work on that side over there. I have loosened these on both ends, that way I can maneuver it a little bit more, and I'll tighten those back up once I get it secured. Bed rack installed. I think it looks awesome. Everything on this side's pretty flush, and also over here on the other side. The only thing, I may have mentioned it a little bit ago, is this one isn't completely flush. It's up off it a little bit, so I'll fix that. But overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Need to give the old girl a bath. If you were wondering what it looks like packaged, this is the Rough Country rooftop tent. I just took the top of the box off, and you can see it's already in there put together. So I'm gonna get that out, flip it over right side up, and see what we're working with. Now let's open her up. Okay, so it looks like the entrances are on the two sides of the tent. I don't know how well you can see in here. I'm not gonna go in depth inside until I have it on the truck and set up. But inside the tent with the how they shipped it, there is a mattress that comes with this tent. That's one reason why I got this, so I didn't have to find a mattress that would fit inside some tent that didn't have one, and it honestly doesn't feel terrible. Inside here we've got the ladder, various different pieces that are going to hold up the rain fly, and other parts that go with this are in these bags here. The cover to go on it when it's put up. And I'm not exactly sure what this is yet, but I will figure out at some point. So when you unpackage everything out of the tent, this bag here, something that slipped in there, comes with all of the mounting hardware. And then this bag here comes with, it's a 12 volt kit, I believe, for the LED lights that go on the tent. So what I've got to do is take some of these items, and these rails here, mounts, you put them over the holes here. I've got to get those mounted on because those are the mounting rails that will then go onto the bed rack. So I'm going to work on that. It's dark out here now, but I'm going to go ahead and get this done. That way in the morning time, all I got to do is put the tent onto the bed rack and set everything up. The mounting rails on this one and that one. The way you did it is in this channel right here, you slide in the lock nuts. You can see them down there. And then you lift up and you put the bolts and the washers right there and tighten them up. There's 3 of them, one there, and one at the end. And they correspond with the other side here to lock those into place. The mattress is in the way, so you have to push it down to where you can get to that. So those are on. Excuse my mess. But next what you do is you take these brackets and these nuts and bolts. You take the nut off. Almost caught it. Take the washer off. Pick that up. And then you set it in here into the bracket. I should have got my tripod out for this. And then the head of the bolt sits in there, so it locks it into place. So I've got those set up right here with their nut and washer. I've got 2 more of those I need to put together. And then you slide those onto this track, and that's what you use to mount this to the bed rack. Slide that in there. These 2 are going to go on this end. So the way this is going to work tomorrow is you've got your 2 little slides that I put on here, the little slide brackets. This is going to act as the bar on the bed rack, so that would be laying there. And then you take this plate and you put it over it, like so, if you can see that. And then you'll take the nut and screw it on there, and it'll lock it in, and that's how it attaches to the bed rack. So the tent is up on the bed rack, but we have run into an issue. So these bolts right here act like a U-bolt and secure the tent to the bed rack. But as you can already tell, these bolts aren't going to be long enough, and not only that, but the mounting bracket plate here is not wide enough either. So I don't exactly know what to do about that. My dad works in machining, so I might get him to machine me a wider version of this, and then I can just go get longer bolts to go on there to make that fit. I am gonna go look on, you know, like Lowe's and Home Depot and see if they have anything that would work. So for right now, the tent is up, but it's not secure. So instead of machining another piece, we decided to go the quick fix. We're gonna use some of this unistrut and cut it, put it up there like that, and then just use longer bolts to get through that. We had to convert it to 5/16 because they didn't have a M8 that was the right length that we needed. We got 4-inch, which is a little bit long, so we're probably gonna swap these out for 3.5, and we'll see if we can get this mounted now. We're gonna have to cut this, so we've got the hacksaw, and we're gonna have to put some elbow grease into that. Slide your hand down so I can grab right here. Yep, do the rest of them. So that's what it looks like fastened. As you can see, we can definitely probably do 3.5, don't you think? Yeah, probably 3.5 to get rid of this extra. That way it doesn't interfere with the storage space. Next thing we gotta do is put on the ladder, and I believe we're done. So for the ladder, sorry the camera's gonna be a little wobbly. Comes with 4 washers, and they hinge right here. So you're gonna go the metal one, plastic one there, and then plastic on the inside, metal. And you're gonna tighten these up, but you don't wanna tighten them too much so that the hinge still works as a hinge. All right, let's see if it hinges or if I did it too tight. I'd say that's good. I believe that does it. Let's open it up. Tent is up and mostly complete. Looks really good. I'm very happy with it. There's the inside. Came with a mattress, which was a big selling point for me. The only thing that kind of doesn't work is that right there to hold the window cover out, but we can work on that. We'll find a solution for it. So overall, it looks pretty good. happy with it, and we'll get more into the tent in my next video when I camp with it for the first time. And here's what it looks like when it's all put up. I think it looks awesome on the back of the truck. We've got the bed rack on, the tent up. Next video will be me taking the tent out for the first time, and I'll go more in depth on the features of the tent. Until then, we'll see you next time.